Hi, today we're going to be talking about cap design for your wig. In the previous video, we talked about how to choose the right fibers for you for your wig. If you haven't had a chance to see that video, I will put the link below. If you do find these videos useful and helpful, please click like and subscribe so that others can find them as well. So I shared with you, for me, I chose the heat-friendly synthetic fibers. So what we're going to be talking about today is cap design for synthetic fiber wigs. If you have another wig type, if you chose a human hair wig or a combination of human and synthetic, these will be some of the same types of wig caps, but you'll have other options as well. So today the focus is on synthetic and heat-friendly synthetic wig caps. And these probably aren't all of them. I can tell you for me, this is what I found. This is what has been the most important for me in choosing a wig. So I went online, I started looking at all the different names, and I can tell you it was a whole new vocabulary for me. So the goal is just to break it down and make it a little bit easier for you. So when I started looking, I saw all these words: basic cap, hand-tied cap, partially hand-tied cap, wefted cap, lace front, full lace front, monopart, full monopart, partial monopart. So again, you hear all these different words and you're trying to figure out where does all this fit in. So we're going to simplify today. I want to talk about the first cap, which is the basic cap. I do not have a basic cap to show you. I have other caps I do want to show you, but I do want to give you the pros and the cons of a basic cap. So the pros of a basic cap is that they are very cost friendly. They are a lot more affordable than the other caps that are out there. Also, if you wear bangs and you're not too worried about the front hairline of your wig, that is also a great option, and it definitely opens up other options for you in wig wearing if you choose a basic cap. So for me, those are the pros. The cons for me is that there's not a lot of movement up top. What the wig that you get is the wig that you get, so that you can't move a whole lot around for that. So that took away that option for me. Also, because I do like to wear my hair away from my face, I prefer a very realistic hairline. And a very realistic hairline for me is that lace front on the front of my wig. And you don't get that with a basic cap. So that kind of took that off for me, but it is still an option. It is still out there. The next cap I want to talk about is a wefted cap. And I'm going to show you a couple of different wefted caps and we'll talk a little bit about why I'm showing you the different ones. So the first one I'm going to show you is by Raquel Welch, and it is well played. It's the type of wig. It's called well played. And I won't get into too many details about the wig itself, but because I really want to focus on the cap. So this is a wefted cap. And what that means is that these fibers are all stitched by machine onto these, and I can stick some of these back in, but these are stitched onto these strips. So that creates the wefting. It also has elastic in it. It helps it mold really nicely to your head. So I wanted to point that out. A couple of other things to point out before we move on is that in the back it has these Velcro straps. They help hold the wig into place, and you can adjust them either tighter or looser based on what is most comfortable for you. And in another video, we'll talk about how to measure your head properly so that your wig fits you. Another thing to mention are these velvet ear tabs. I like ear tabs in wigs, and again, you may see some that don't have ear tabs. I like them because it helps hold the wig into place. There are different types. They don't all have to be velvet. They usually have some type of stay in them that is either like a metal piece or a plastic piece, and basically it helps grip your head to hold the wig on. They are very comfortable, by the way. The wig that I have on has the velvet ear tab, as you can see. So I prefer, something like that. I don't have a lot of hair, so I don't want anything really pulling on my hair to help hold the wig into place, or like a clip or any type of adhesive. So that really speaks to me also. Now let's talk about some of those other terms. We talked about lace front. You can see this is the lace front on this wig, and keep in mind she's turned inside out. I'll show you the other way in a minute, but this is the lace front. That is what allows your wig to look really natural. And this wig has a gorgeous lace front on it, and it gives you a beautiful hairline. And I can tell you that this lace front is virtually indetectable on me. And I have lots of people that I know that know that I wear wigs, and they want to know, where does the wig start? Where does it stop? Because they really can't tell the difference. They are that good. These are not your great-great-grandmother's wigs. They are gorgeous. Okay, now we talked about the part, the mono part. This wig has a left mono part. So that means when you put the wig on, the wig is going to part to the left. You can see that there's still quite a bit of an area here though for adjustment. So if you want to move your part around, you can absolutely do that. I like to mention that because just because something says it has a left-hand part or a center part does not mean that that is not something that you can adjust or move around yourself a little bit. So that gives you a little bit of leeway in choosing your wigs as well. So don't ever let that sway you in not picking a wig if you like the style. So let's set her aside. The next one I want to show you is Calabasas, and it is by Beltress in the color Macadamia Latte Rooted. So again, this is the wig. All right, same thing. We're gonna flip her open and I'll show you some other things too. Still that same wefted cap. And I can tell you that I thought when I started looking at wigs that I would only choose hand-tied caps because they were the best of the best. But as time has gone on, I have a lot more wefted caps than I do hand-tied caps. And I'm going to give you the pros and cons for me. So a pro is that they are much more cost-effective than a hand-tied cap. I also like these because with the wefting, I live in Florida and it is very hot here. It allows me to feel like I have more circulation under my wig and it makes it a lot more cool for me to have a wefted cap. So the cost effectiveness and the wefted cap helps for me in the cooling. It also opens up the number of options that you'll have for wigs that are available because I can tell you there are a lot more for me that I've found wefted caps than hand-tied caps. So I like that option to have different wigs. So again, we talked about here we have this, this lace front. This wig parts in the middle. But like I said, I know that I particularly don't like middle parts on me. But when I wear this wig, I know I can move this part over to the left and wear her that way as well. So keep that in mind. And I did want to show you this. This is part of the mono part. You can see here's my hand, I'm moving my fingers. This also allows you to have that really pretty natural looking scalp line that also lends itself to looking so natural on you. So I wanted to tell you as well, I'm wearing Chelsea, and the reason I want to mention this, she's a wefted cap. And I showed you the stays on the side, which helps hold everything into place. Chelsea's also a center parted wig, but as you can see, I've moved her to the left and she works really well for me. I kind of move her right over to that line and I'm able to adjust that. The last one I want to show you is a fully hand-tied cap. This was my first wig and I still wear this wig all the time. This is Simmer Elite by Raquel Welch. We'll give her a little brush out so she's looks a little smoother for you. But this is in shaded cappuccino. So again, fully hand-tied cap. And for me, this is the best of the best as for hand-tied caps are in general. So again, here's those terms. Lace front, which gives that really pretty hairline. It is really nice on. This is a full mono top. We keep hearing those words. This is a full mono top, not a partial mono top. This allows you to part the wig wherever you want to part the wig on the top of your head, which always speaks to me too, because it gives that whole ability to move everything around. So also on this hand-tied cap, like I said, it's hand-tied. And I don't even know if you can really see, but see that you can actually see the air, daylight between this. This allows these fibers to move so beautifully and so naturally, and they really do sit really nicely on your head, and it allows everything to move around really pretty. So again, wanted to mention all those things. Still the velvet ear tabs. It has this base on the bottom. Again, a lot of different wigs have a lot of different things, but as far as the cap, these are the things that were important to me in helping me make the right decision for myself and a cap. The next thing I want to talk about with you in the next video is how to choose the right color for yourself. Because again, after I finally picked the type of cap and the type of fibers, then we're talking about different colors and lots of those. So I will see you there next time.